Pex Pals.
Pex
We're
Pals.
back. We're back.
Pex Pals. So before we get into everything, Joel and I were talking right before we hit recording about tattoos.
Yeah.
And I was telling him that my wife vetoed 2 tattoos that I was going to get before I even met her. And when we started dating, she was like, you cannot get those tattoos. The first tattoo, which is mentioned to Joel, was I was going to get tapatio, like the hot sauce, on my bicep. I was going to get tapatio. And the second tattoo I was going to get was Big Bird on my ass. And when she found out about
the big bird on
she said
big
no.
bird on your ass. I understand that veto. You know
why though?
So I have a buddy from my touring world. I'm not just gonna spit his name out. Because I don't think he'd care, but I'm not gonna go there. He has cerebral palsy.
Okay.
So, but he's like able to. I think it's cerebral palsy. I don't know. It's one of those diseases that's really crazy, but the drugs work well enough in him that he's able to like kind of function and be pretty normal. Good
for him.
But his nervous system is shot, so he feels pain indifferently than a normal human being. So the most ridiculous tattoo I've ever seen, CowVan, is this guy on his butt cheek coming out of his butthole, like out of his ass crack, is Michelangelo the Ninja Turtle giving a thumbs up.
That's
like just straight sideways across his butt, dude. I was like, why'd you get that? He was like, dude, why not? Like I did it for free. I didn't feel it. Like I was like, oh my God, this is like
welcome to episode 18. Episode 18 of Pex Pals, the only Apex Legends podcast for the mediocre gamer. My name is CowVan. I'm joined here with my dear friend JoelCupcake.
I am JoelCupcake, and we are mediocre gamers.
I have a question for you.
Don't forget to let the listeners know we are not pros.
We're not.
So this is the podcast for mediocre gamers by mediocre gamers. We had a very mean person on our Instagram.
Oh no!
Point out that we obviously weren't pros and don't take ranked seriously. So my bad, dude. My bad.
And so. Joel, I have a very first question for you, and what is your weapon of the week?
So, my weapon of the week. This is tough for me. I don't know if it's a hit reg issue that's come back and plaguing me, or if I'm just off. I can't hit anything with the EVA 8 this week, which is weird because that's all I've been talking about for 2 months now.
Yes.
So I've been trying some different combos and some different things. I've been having some good luck with the light weapons. I've been rotating through all the light weapons again.
Okay.
R3, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's because it's always in the crafter. I can't find the light mag. So I've been ditching the R3. Okay. But dude, that R9, I determined I watch enough streamers. I watch people like you, some of my friends play, and that R9 just rips, dude. I've been using that quite a bit. Been using that a lot. I think I'm going to have to go with my weapon of the week, though, is going to be the G7 Scout, man.
Oh.
People sleep. It's honestly, it's the most accurate hipfire gun in the game.
You think so?
I mean, you don't really miss, dude. Like if the little, like the problem is there's no spread and there's no fast fire. So it's hard to do a lot of damage. Right. But if you line the hip fire shot up, it hits them.
Yeah, that's true.
And that gun has very solid, consistent damage. But just the last couple of days, I've been experimenting, playing some new things. That if you have a good backup gun, the G7 is you can't go wrong. Especially at mid range. There's been a lot of we're back to the rotation being World's Edge and Olympus. A lot more open spaces in both those maps than Kings Canyon, in my opinion. So G7 been hitting. I also want to give you a shout.
Oh,
because I had the best game. I've been dabbling with Loba a little bit lately.
Okay.
I had the best game I've ever had with her last night. And guess what my Lodi was, Mr. CowVan?
What was your Lodi?
The G7 and a Devotion without the turbocharger.
Yo.
And it was that Devotion, man. was a thing of beauty. Like we had very smart positioning the whole game. The only reason, but we won that game because CowVan, I'm not lying. A team trying to pinch us got pinched by another team, and I got rezzed by a gold backpack from our lovely friend Muffin. He was Gibby. As soon as the bubble went down, the team that was pushing us, that was getting pushed, they come around like a rock. One clip of the Devo, I just wiped all three of them, dude.
Jeez,
and I mean, cackling might be the understatement. So your tip last week, I was like, you know what? I'm listening to CowVan because, again, my hit reg issue, dude, I put 2 full clips last night into a Wraith with the Havoc with the turbocharger and didn't even break the Wraith's armor.
Wow.
First clip was ADS. Second clip was all hip fire. And so I don't know. It could have been me. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah,
I had really bad allergies yesterday, so my eyesight was a little shot.
Right.
But like switched to the Devo and just wrecked, dude. Wrecked people.
I'm telling you.
Like I did I think it was like a 1400 damage game with literally I had six kills, G7 Devo whole time, never found a turbocharger.
Devo,
beautiful.
Man. It
beautiful. Now, yeah, you know, usually I just live my life thinking you're kind of crazy. Yeah. But like last night I was like, this motherfucker right, dude.
This motherfucker spitting. My weapon of the week is the Wingy Dingy.
Ooh.
I don't know. Usually I avoid the Wingy Dingy just because like I don't want to try so hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then there are times where like I'm left and that's the only gun that I can pick up, so I do it. But this last week I've been consciously picking it up, like doing it on purpose.
Okay.
And it's the ultimate gun. I mean, there's a reason why it's like R301 Wingman is the ultimate loadout, right? Because you're like wrecking him with the 301 and then you're just wrecking him again with the Wingy Dingy. You could take out a whole team by yourself with the Wingy Dingy. You know what I mean? Especially now with the 9 clips on a purple mag. Insane, dude. Insane.
So actually, I'm glad you brought this gun up because we have mentioned the Wingman before on the show, early episode, and you and I have a different approach to that weapon.
Okay.
I remember I re-listened to some of our old episodes the other day. You made this statement that, oh, you just look and pull the trigger and shoot.
Yeah.
I don't shoot the Wingman like that. I actually so I have like 3 weapons where I take the time and I wait like a half a second longer to shoot than I would because I try to make sure I line up the shots right.
Right.
The Wingman is that gun for me because when I spam, I miss. But when I take the time, dude, it's hitting, bro. Like, I'm glad you brought that gun up. That is actually my go-to gold weapon now, Calvin.
The Wingman Gold.
If you put all the gold weapons on the map for me to be able to load in, especially hot drop in with.
Yeah.
Give me that gold Wingman and I'll game over.
It wrecks, dude.
It wrecks. It wrecks. Great choice, my friend.
Yeah, it's a great gun. Speaking of guns, we actually had a listener email in, and if you want to, wait, hold on a second. Oh, Joel's there. Okay, well, that was weird. You like froze for a second. That scared me.
Let me take my phone off Wi-Fi because you know.
So if you want to reach out to us, give us some feedback or ask us to talk about something on the show, hit us up. I'm at CowVan on Twitter, at JoelCupcake everywhere, Instagram, YouTube, whatever. Comment on our Instagram posts, comment on our TikToks, our YouTubes, wherever you're seeing us. Ask us a question and we'll respond to it. So we got an email
from Mandalorian Gamer, I believe is his name.
Yes, from the Mandalorian Gamer.
And what was his question, Calvin?
So there's a rumor going around this last 2 weeks about saying that they're going to put the Spitfire in the crate and take the Prowler out. And so that's been confirmed to be a rumor. No one's actually really put out any information about that. But he wanted to know what we thought about the subject. And Joel, I know you're very passionate about this, so I'll let you go first.
I'm gonna actually, Calvin, I'm gonna surprise you, and I'm gonna keep it short and sweet right now.
Okay.
I want the Prowler back so bad, you could put Caustic in the fucking care package, and I wouldn't care. So, does this happen? Dude, do it. You know, I get it. I will say the most annoying thing I've encountered in the last week is that when you hot drop and you lose because the one dickweed picked up a Spitfire on the other team. Like, you can be up 3-1, but all of you are low, and then he just wipes all 3 of you with a spitty. It's very annoying. Like, I get the complaints. I don't think the gun is as OP as the Reddit threads say, but it is annoying to deal with. It is a very difficult gun. I've been playing Loba a lot because she has escapability.
Yeah.
And I think people are so busy pushing. They just push. They don't play these legends that have escapability. I mentioned last week on the show, we ran a team we ran Loba, Valkyrie, and Revenant. All people that have some sort of movement escape. We wrecked that game because all three of us had our own ability to escape a fight if needed, where it wasn't only the Octane stims out, or only the Wraith phases out, or you wait for the Wraith portal. You have to wait to get the angle for a zip,
Right.
So, there are ways to counter the Spitty, but all of them are not conducive to the way 90% of the people play Apex.
True.
So put it in the box. Give me, and honestly, man, I mean, how long have we been missing the Prowler? 3 seasons now? 4 seasons now?
It's been a while. It's been a long time.
I literally don't remember
how
long it's been since the Prowler wasn't in the care package. That's my favorite weapon in the game.
I
know everyone thinks it's the Eva, but it's I promise you it's the Prowler. And I'm ready. Give it to me. Yeah. Give it to me. What about you, Calvin?
No, honestly, I agree. I think the Spitfire and you and I have talked about this multiple times. I've been saying this over and over too. The Spitfire is too strong. It's just too strong. You get 55 rounds. And I like this view of you, by the way. If you get to watch this on YouTube, this is actually really great.
Sorry, it's a little warm in the apartment. I had to put the fan on me.
No, the Spitfire is too strong. It's too strong. You can wipe out if you land on a Spitfire. Which there's a Reddit post the other day. Guy landed with a Spitfire. A whole team landed on him, and he killed all 3 of them with one clip of the Spitfire. It was insane. It's just too strong. They nerfed it by dropping the damage 1 point. They spread the hip fire. It still wrecks. It's still one of the best guns in the game, and it's easy proof. It's dummy proof. You just pick it up and you shoot, and you have so many rounds to do it. And they put the Prowler in because before you had to get the select fire to make the Prowler go full auto, and it rips. Prowler's an incredibly strong gun, but I don't think they realized that once they put it in the crate, no one wants to use it anymore. Because even someone like me who likes the Prowler, I go Prowler, and I just go right past it. It's not a crate, bro. I don't want it. You know what I mean? And so no, I think that they should do the switch, take the Spitfire out of the game. And if someone gets it, it's because they went through the trouble of going to the care package and getting it.
Yeah.
So thank you, Mandalorian Gamer, for that. And like I said, if you guys have questions, go ahead.
Yeah.
And reach out to us.
My question to you, Calvin, is with the Prowler. So I get it, the 5-round burst. I get it. I get why you would want to put this in a game. Every time I see a company come out with a burst gun, it just harkens me back to the original Halo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When they added the burst assault rifle, and I think that was Halo 2.
Yeah.
I get it. I do think if you're gonna use a burst fire gun, you're gonna use the Hemlock. You're not gonna use the Prowler. Right. I know it was buffed, supposedly. When it comes out of the care package, let's just assume it does.
Okay.
And I'm still gonna go for the full auto. I ain't going for this burst because especially on controller on a console, that burst is still real. That kick is gnar. You know what I mean?
Kick is gnar.
How do you feel about it?
Well, so the true strength of the Prowler is the burst. The full auto is just cheese, right? It's whatever. It's there. You can use it. Use hip fire someone close in your face, right? But the burst fire, with how fast you can shoot it, from at close mid range, you wreck people. A lot of people don't realize that, and it's the same reason. It's the same thing for the Hemlock, right? You're like, okay, the Hemlock, it does a lot of damage, and you can shoot it pretty fast. You imagine shooting the Hemlock, but twice as fast.
Yeah. And you get 2 more bullets.
And you get 2 more bullets. It rips. So no, that I personally like the burst fire at mid range. with the Prowler over Hipfire.
Okay. See,
Personally.
I prefer the full auto, but I will say when I the first couple seasons I played this game, it was very casual. You know, I loved the game, but it was casual. I didn't pay attention to the hipfire aspect of this game.
Right.
Like every fight I tried to ADS, you know.
Right.
Now I understand the beauty of it. And when I first started experimenting with hipfire more, the Prowler was actually out of the box.
Yes.
So I will say that burst fire, close range, game over. That's better than an Eva. You know what I mean? Like if you can hip fire that burst and all 5 bullets hit, they're bye. 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 You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, oh, sorry. There we go. I have to snap when I say
so you got to do the snaps. You got to do the snaps.
I was informed. I have to make sure So
yeah.
But yeah, dude, I'm with it. Okay, Calvin, prediction time. Time.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Do we get the select fire back as a hop up if the Prowler comes out of the box? No.
Nope. No. They took it off because because they've already cleaned up the ground loot. They got rid of the choke, they got rid of the hammer points, and they got rid of select fire. If they throw something else out now, there's just gonna be too much shit on the floor, right? The fact that there's already 2 golden pickups, you know, the anvil receiver and the turbocharger. You know how disappointing it is when you walk up as a fucking. No one uses the anvil receiver. I mean, you do sometimes, but like generally, no one uses it. Like, what the fuck? Why would I use an anvil receiver? Why would I put an anvil receiver on R301 and tap fire someone 100 meters away? That doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, no.
To be fair, because you did call me out.
I did.
I only use the anvil now on the flatline. I don't use it on the R3. Unless it's the gold R3, which we haven't seen in 2 seasons? Yeah. Or no, 1 season? Well, about to be 2 seasons.
It was there.
Like the gold R3, I will use both. But a regular R3, no, you just leave that thing in full fire. Now the flatline, on the other hand, it has a strong single rate of fire. I'll do it, dude. We had some great games the other night. I had some great plays with the flatline, especially if they don't see you. Like if you get the drop on somebody, or I will say, it's weirding me out, bro, that you're hating on the anvil because you are a sniper, bro. Nothing is more satisfying than having the anvil on a flatline and you walking up on a team that just finished someone else, and they're trying to armor swap. Boom! You can kill all 3 of them with 1 clip with that anvil, bro. Like, yeah,
but the thing about Apex Legends, which makes it different than like other BRs like Call of Duty or PUBG, there is no single shot gun that can do enough damage to someone before they can run away. It doesn't exist. And after the first shot is what I mean.
I get what you mean.
Because, I'm explaining it for the podcast, JoelCupcake. So, for example, the Sentinel, right? It does the highest headshot of all the regular guns, right? It does 140 on a headshot without the charge up, and so
which is insane.
Which is really good. But you can hit someone for 140 on a headshot, and they'll just run away. And then you can use like the G7 Scout, which has like a 70 or 60 something headshot, or even like the 30-30, which has 100 damage headshot. That Wingman 100 damage headshot. You can shoot them headshot. You can hit them twice. Not headshot, but like you hit them in the head and the body, and they'll still make it away. You know what I'm saying? So there's no gun that's gonna wipe a team that fast. So then, what's the point of the anvil receiver unless you're shooting at someone who's literally standing still and not moving?
That's literally what I'm talking about.
I know that's what you're talking about. That's what I'm saying. Like it's pointless because majority of the time people aren't doing that. You know, they're not stuck in a menu.
For a point, I will say I am disappointed that you said no to the select fire. I know we have the charge rifle, but I really miss sniping with the Havoc. I was one of the few people that actually did that.
Yeah.
It was for those of you that might not have played the game that long. You used to be able to turn the Havoc into like a railgun of sorts, where it was a single bullet and it would just bink, but it was a laser, so no bullet drop.
Right.
You know, that was. I think even the first season you had the charge rifle, you could still do that, and then after the second season, the charge rifle was out. That's when they took the select fire out.
Yeah, because it's just too similar.
yeah, there's no point,
There's no point.
So,
so we'll get into the main thing that's going on right now in the Apex universe. They just announced today the new Legend coming out in Season 10. Season 10 is going to be called Emergence. So, but make note that they did the same thing this season than they did last season. They did not call it Apex Legends Season 10 Emergence. They called it Apex Legends Emergence, continuing with a non-numbered season. Genesis, and then now Emergence.
No, this is Legacy.
I'm sorry, Legacy and
Genesis
Emergence.
Was the limited time
event.
I got it backwards too, dude. I was
sorry.
I was like, what was this called?
We got a brand new Legend announcement named Seer. And if you watch the new reveal trailer, the intro trailer, pretty fucking dope. Cool little backstory.
He looks like a mix of Noob Saibot and Iron Man.
I dig that.
And Little Nas X. I love it, dude.
I love it, dude. Yeah, I love it.
I love it.
I even tweeted that. I was like, Little Nas X, did you? How come you didn't tell anybody you did a collab with Apex Legends?
Oh, I love that. Calvin, my first thought is finally, because we have talked about how Crypto is only a big brain player.
Yes.
Bloodhound takes no skill. No offense, Bloodhound mains.
Yeah.
But like, you don't have to be the big brain, the big play guy to play Bloodhound, because he's a utility character. He's there to support you. If Seer has any sort of abilities that help him see, who would have thunk? That's great. I'm here for it. I'm here for another tactical advantage person.
Mm-hmm.
Valkyrie having it in the air is fucking tight. We all love Valkyrie. I think you and I can both 100% agree. We both fully. How do the kids say it? We both fully stand Valkyrie.
We stand Valk.
Yes. Seer. This sounds tight. I love the look, his aesthetic. I love a good story with him being almost like an entity. You know, his powers come from above.
So the official wordage on the Apex Legends website is, with micro drones and an artist's eye, Seer spots opportunities that other legends might miss and seizes them in the most beautiful way he can. So they're clearly hinting that he's some sort of recon character, similar to, like Joel was saying, Bloodhound and Crypto, where some type of giving your team some type of visual advantage of the field is going to be his main selling point.
So what I'm assuming is, Calvin, I'm going on a limb here. You ready?
Okay.
I think the devs do listen to our show.
Oh,
because this is my assumption. So, so the Legend reveal is what they said in 2 days, right? I know I kind of jumped ahead in your notes, but the reveal for everything is in, I believe it's 2 days, the 22nd.
Yeah, the 22nd, I believe.
Oh, so 3 days technically, but whatever. I think so. Somebody already went and completed the little teaser in the game. There's always teasers for the new Legendary event, right?
Yeah.
You find the nanobites, they float, and it looks like a little digital heart, and then these nanos fly up in the air and they make the shape of a moth. I think his ultimate is going to be the nanos make a moth shape, and whether he shoots it in a room or it flies around you. Anything within a certain meter radius of the moth as it's traveling gets shown up on your radar. That's what I think is going to happen.
So you know what? I like that, because I've always thought, I don't think I've ever actually said this, but I've always thought that Crypto's drone should be able to patrol.
No, we had a whole episode about it.
We did. Okay, so I did say this. Yes. I've always thought that a better way to utilize Crypto's drone was for him to be able to throw it out and set it on a patrol loop, so you can just have a full 360 coverage of the area that you're in, so you don't get snuck up on, or you just get a good visual when someone's in the area. And so if that's the case with Seer's new any abilities or even ultimate, I think that'd be a really good addition to the game.
Yeah, well, I agree, because I'm just picturing it now, Calvin, how beautiful this will be. Like, you fucking are pushing a team, right? What's everybody worried about in this game?
Third
partied.
Yep.
So your Bloodhound is going to help your positioning to defeat the team in front of you. But it's hard to ask a Bloodhound every 15 seconds, or 20 seconds. Hey, turn around and scan behind us.
Right.
So say you pair a Bloodhound with a Seer, you get the Seer ult, and you fly this giant moth nano thing, cloud, whatever the fuck, behind you. You just shoot it in a straight line on the path you just ran to chase this team down. Because then you know if anybody follows you, and you can still push forward with the blood. You know, who knows? The moth and the nanos, it's going to do something.
Yeah.
Maybe it is more of an attack, and I'm wrong. Yeah. But I would love it. I would love that. You know, who knows what his tactical is going to be? The rumor I saw online was that his tactical is like a grenade he throws, and the grenade scans
like a recon grenade.
Yeah, and then like the moth thing is like the nanos infuse, like the nanos go into you, and like basically you excrete. You like the moth wings like flap and it stuns everyone around you or something.
Oh, interesting.
Or like a damage over time ultimate. Yeah. Another one besides caustics, which I've also been asking for that.
That's true. That's true.
So I mean, I didn't like the article. I didn't like the way it was phrased. Also, I've only seen one singular site say what his abilities were. So let's not talk about that. But obviously, we're getting some sort of recon ability, which I'm fucking here for. Right. Hopefully, his passive. Maybe he's another scanner. Maybe he's maybe it's like a spider sense type thing. Because this is the first character we have that's technically has mystical abilities.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Maybe there's something. Maybe his passive's similar to Wraith's. Hey, we're getting looked at.
Right, or something like that. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Yeah,
I would love it.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to spice it up because like back to what I was saying about crypto, right? About the drone and stuff like that. I think crypto should have one of crypto's passives should have, you know how you have to scan a banner to see how many teams are in the area for your whole team to know? I think crypto should have that. If his drone's out, have it on the screen without having to be in the drone to do it. Because we already know that we have the ability to have a full screen of information because of Valkyrie. As soon as Valkyrie flies up in the air, everything turns green and bloop, 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 little dots, everything, like she picks up everyone in the proximity of her sight. Like crypto could do the same thing. And so I think if they're going to bring in a new recon character, they should be doing something new, right? Yes. I don't want to just scan. I don't want to just know that there's people. I can scan someone and I have to actively do it, right? Because Bloodhound, you have to actively press the tactical and in that direction to see the people over there. With crypto, you have to actively put the drone into position to see people, whether you put it up and then it sees someone there, or you have to actively manually do it, but you're still getting taken out. It's still something manual that has to be done.
And also, building on that, Calvin. Okay, his drone sits in the backpack. Okay.
Yeah.
So why doesn't crypto have some sort of alert when someone's behind him? Or why can't he at least set the drone off if it's in his backpack?
Yeah.
Because that whole you have to be in your drone thing,
or
the drone has to be deployed. That's a 2-second tactical disadvantage.
It's a crutch. I mean, not a crutch. It's like a handicap.
Yeah. So maybe we are onto something here. Maybe instead of the moth shooting in a straight line, maybe the tactical is you pop it, and the moth lasts just as long as Bloodhound's sight, but it automatically pings anybody not in cover around you.
Yeah, or something.
Like as you run. So instead of a scan that works once, it's a scan that travels with you. Who knows? But it has a lot of cool. I'm really excited graphically to see how they do it.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna go. Yeah, we need new passives. We need new
we need something new
that breaks down new because Fuse was. The thought was good, but his pick rate's still low. Rampart, Rampart should have come out season 1 of the game before the game was as aggressive.
I agree.
Because I'm seeing her a little bit more now. I'm probably gonna start using her more because I'm hooked on the Devo now because of you.
Yeah.
So I'll probably start using her a little bit more. I like the walls because for someone who's not super accurate. You use a G7 or a Trippy or whatever from behind a wall.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's what they could do, Calvin. Going way off subject. Maybe they take the triple take out of the care package.
And
so the third ring is, just one care package with a Spitfire.
That'd be nuts.
Because I could see them putting the JoelCupcake back out, though. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
but then you also leave the Prowler in. You know?
Yeah. So,
anyways, sorry,
tangent.
Sorry, my brain just like sparked that idea.
So we need new abilities because because you brought up a couple of things, right? Like I agree, Rampart should have come out season 1 because she's a machine gun person. You get more ammo, and people are like, "That's cool. I like to use the machine guns to get more ammo." Right? I know people who are exclusively light machine gun people, and so like across multiple games. No, it's true. It's true.
No. I mean, I'm I'm the shotgun guy.
Yeah,
I like shotguns and explosives in every fucking game.
And then so that'd have been cool. But like Fuse is passive is something that used to be in the game, and so it's nothing new, right? On stacking grenades, it's nothing new. Valkyrie's passive is scanning. That's nothing new. I want something new. I want something good and new. And speaking of good and new, they just announced with this new teaser for the next season a brand new, speaking of LMGs, a brand new LMG called the Rampage.
Which I love the name.
It's made by Rampart.
Yeah, no, it all makes sense. It all makes sense.
Was there any information about how this gun plays?
No, but our friend, shout out to our boy Cody.
Mm-hmm.
Cody, if you listen to this, you know who you are. Cody One Kenobi. He plays Apex Legends.
Mm-hmm.
He has an awesome podcast. I'll give it a shout next episode. We're running out of time. But anyways, he had a great idea that maybe instead of a Spitfire LMG, it's an LMG in the sense that it hits hard but shoots slow. Right. Because obviously the rate of fire is the issue with the Spitfire. The rate of fire times the clip.
Right.
Okay, so an LMG, maybe it shoots fast and has a small clip, or I'm gonna regret saying this in like 10 episodes. I would not mind a mid-range LMG that has substantial distance and hits hard, but just shoots slow.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe make it fire like a half second quicker than you spamming 2 G7 shots. So nothing. So it's too ludicrously quick, but like, but let's do it up. What does the quote say on the website about the gun, Calvin?
The quote says, "Meet Rampart's newest invention, the Rampage LMG, with a surprising source of firepower."
So I think that our boy Cody is actually onto something here. Because I think everyone is expecting a light ammo LMG. I think it is going to be a gun that fires slow and hits hard, so they are going to make it use sniper ammo. Because remember, before season 9 happened, they even said we're going to make a marksman class for the guns. Like there was even that rumor that the G7 was going to stop using light ammo.
Yeah,
there was a rumor that the G7 and the 3030 were going to stop using their respective ammos. They were going to be lumped in with the triple take and the snipers, and there was going to be a marksman class of weapon. So whether that's true or not, or it was just a test server thing, who knows? But I could see them trying to encourage more, like they definitely want more people to snipe in the game. They've been doing they've been doing a lot to balance the snipers, make them more available, the dead tempo, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Really bringing the longbow. They keep slightly buffing it. They want more people using the longbow. So I think about it, bro. You use the Senti and then this LMG, and as long as you don't let them close the gap on you, they're boned. You know?
So if you haven't seen the gun, go to Apex Legends website and check it out. But
it looks sick.
It looks pretty cool. But from what based on what it's telling us, right? Using a little logical deduction here, it's Rampart's newest invention. So what is Rampart known for? Rampart is known for Sheila, the mounted machine gun, right? Heavy machine gun that she mounts and she has to wind up and shoot like that. So if you look at the gun has a bipod on it. And so I know the longbow does too, but and you don't actually get to use it. But this one, and the fact that they mention that Rampart invented it and it has a surprising source of firepower, kind of makes me think that it might have two firing modes. A regular mode that, automatic mode that you shoot, blah, blah, blah. But I'm thinking maybe that it might have a stationary mounted up mode that you shoot with, and it makes you stationary, but it increases the firepower on it, so it does more damage to compensate for you standing still.
Yeah. Or maybe they're doing what they did with the Senti, because they want the Sentinel. I know they want more people to use that gun. You and I have always talked about this. Maybe it's like the whole you use a shield cell, and suddenly the gun does double the damage per bullet.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Something like that, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm thinking there's more than meets the eye with this new LMG, especially with the little hints that they've given us.
I like that. I
like that.
I liked that. Like,
and so
I wish you liked my jokes the way I like your jokes, Calvin.
And to wrap up with the latest and with today's announcement, they also announced a new ranked arenas mode. So for all you sweaty tryhards out there, a brand new ranked mode for you to get your jollies off. And personally, I think it's fine. I think it's good because there are some people who take this game very, very seriously, and more power to you. And so giving people another realm in which they can flaunt their amazing skills, I think it's good. I think it's also healthy for the game.
Well, also a lot of these games rely on the press and the fan bases that were developed originally by games like Counter-Strike Go, CSGO, and stuff like that. And I think having a ranked arena, which will obviously lead to like ALGS championships for ranked and stuff like that, it just continues to bring more eyes on competitive Apex, which will continue to grow the game, which also means the game will continue to hopefully get expanded resources and continue to fix and improve.
Right. That's true. Giving the players another essentially esports type mode is huge, and I think it's only going to do good for the game.
I agree. And the last part of that update, we are getting a change to World's Edge. They haven't said what it is. I'm assuming we'll find out in a couple days.
Are you guessing that it might be some type of takeover?
So you know what, Calvin? This segues into my final point I wanted to discuss.
Okay.
We promised the listeners that we would give us a slight recap of the Genesis Collection event where we got the old maps back. So for my recap, Calvin, I'm just going to start it off because you asked. Let's talk about World's Edge, the map getting updated in the next season.
Yeah.
If you compare OG World's Edge to current day World's Edge. Okay, so right now, if those of you that play Apex and you pay attention, the loading screens and the weird sound effects in the game, the last 2 weeks of every season always give a nod to what's coming next season.
Right.
Fuse, for example, you heard random mortars going off and getting dropped all over the map. Caustic, you saw the tanks of gas everywhere. Those are just the two easiest examples. There's earthquakes, and they're always showing the caverns, like where all the vaults are. Yeah. In World's Edge. Now, if we go back to the Genesis Collection event, my favorite part about playing the original World's Edge map, hands down, is Fuel Depot being where Harvester is.
Okay.
Let's get rid of Harvester. So I'm just going to assume this new mode is something with an earthquake. They harvested too much. I hope that Harvester just collapses into the fucking ground. You know what I mean? Just give it the Skulltown treatment. You know what I mean? I'm looking at the maps. I got them pulled up right here, Calvin. Like Geyser is the same, Lava City is the same, Tree is the same, Thermal Station is the same. You have the Trials added. Capital City got split into the fragment area, and then really the two main things I miss are the train and Fuel Depot. Get rid of Harvester. Obviously, I think we would all love Mirage Voyage back, or maybe we all wouldn't, and that's just like me and Waffle and Ender. Yeah. But there was a lot of differences between the maps. World's Edge hasn't been out as long, so there's a little less changes. just like the little tiny buildings you can run through, and like the level, the height of the cliffs, and then some of the zips. You know, most of the differences we should talk about to recap are Kings Canyon. But long story, before we completely recap the OG maps, World's Edge update, you know, maybe the vaults get more exposed. Maybe they're above ground. You know, we saw them completely destroy part of the map with Skulltown, and it got sunken. And then literally, like, they expanded a different part of the map.
Yeah.
There's Harvester, and you have 2 areas surrounded by lava. And then you also have a previous ice explosion. So you have a lot to work with.
Yeah.
On World's Edge. It's obviously something seismic going on. Maybe they destroy the northern part of the map, because let's be honest, other than when I drop supply camp, nobody goes into the tunnel. Nobody goes into the tunnel.
Everybody goes Skyhook. They pass right through the tunnel. They go to supply camp and they go to Geyser. Like no one. There's a whole dead space up there that no one uses.
So maybe have the map just disappear after Bloodhound's trials.
Right.
You know, and then like maybe Skyhook suddenly becomes the edge of the map, and
or something.
And something past Lava City is opened up. You know, like how they open up the north side of the map in Kings Canyon. So who knows? What do you think, Calvin? What do you think is going to come?
Honestly, I don't know, man. I do think that it's going to be some type of takeover, like a certain character's takeover, because that's what they like to do. Instead of just creating a brand new area, they theme it off of one of the characters. So I think it might be something to do with that. Who it might be, I'm not sure. I mean, I have the list, but I haven't looked at it. Or I have the list of the who's had a takeover on my computer. What?
Well, we are getting a Bangalore edition.
We're getting a Bangalore edition that's coming.
So
but
maybe it's hers.
I mean, but they didn't release a Caustic edition with when Caustic's takeover event. So that's not necessarily those don't go hand in hand.
I'm just saying we can hope, you know.
Yeah. So something, I don't know what, but something with one of the characters. Where on the map? World's Edge is huge, and there's so much they could do everywhere, and there's a lot of dead space. And you and I were going to talk about our thoughts of OG maps and to the current maps. I prefer the current maps, because as we were playing through the OG maps, I noticed there were just a lot of dead spaces, a lot of spaces that had no cover, nowhere to run to, no building to get into, where if someone met you there, you're dead. And that's why they changed that specific area. I mean, I have an idea in my head, but I don't know exactly where they're on the map. But there were so many places on the OG maps where it was just like, okay, you're just like the whole, what is it? That whole like northwest side of Skulltown, that sand dune. It's just a big ass sand dune. Where does it go? It goes nowhere. It's a death zone, right? And if you get caught out there, you're dead. And so they had to change it. And honestly, I prefer the new Kings Canyon because of that. There's fewer dead zones, and so I think with that, hopefully they have that mindset, so that when they do update World's Edge, those death zones like north of the geyser or whatever the fuck that area is up top northeast overlook, right? That whole area over there next to supply camp, that whole area over there, nothing's going on over there, and so you can do something with that. The space between Lava City and Geyser, where there's like 2 buildings, there's a jump tower and like a cracked dome. That's a dead zone. There's nothing there, you know. And so like maybe do something where there's high traffic. There's a lot of high traffic areas. If there's an area with a high traffic that has a dead zone, do something with it and make it useful.
You got to be careful though with that, because we've seen the inverse or the reverse of what you're saying. Like, so one thing I missed, I did and didn't miss from Kings Canyon, for example, the fucking burnt forest area. Like that can go. I'm glad that's gone.
Right.
But north, or well, I guess is it north or maybe it's west of that, was farm. Now, if you remember the patch notes, I think that was season 6. They took out farm because they said this was before they fixed all the ring closer issues. Farm was directly in the middle of 4 different zones, and they said that was the #1 third-party location in the game on any map.
Interesting.
And so that's why farm no longer exists. That's why you only have 2 sets of buildings, not 3, when you're heading towards containment.
Right.
So, that's my concern is like if we get too much cover and too much shit, you know what I mean? Like, I think a perfect example to me of what I want the outdoor sections to look like, and let me know if you agree or not, is on current World's Edge, in between. Is it? Let me make sure I'm saying it right. Let me just look at my map. It used to be drill site. I don't know what it is now. Right. But anyways, in between train yard and drill site, there's the tower, and you're on like a hillside, but there's rocks everywhere. Like you could literally fight out in the open there, but have cover. You know, that's how every open space should be. I guarantee you, one of the areas you're talking about is I'm mad Fuel Depot's gone, but Fuel Depot to like where they put that stupid mining thing that I want them to destroy, the harvester.
Yeah, harvester.
You know, Fuel Depot to thermal station is just wide open land with a very unfair high advantage cliff spot. You know, that's probably one of the main areas you're talking about that's open ground other than the Lava City location, you know? And I'm with you on that. I if all the outdoor sites were hilly and had rocks and had the random knocked over train cars with bins on them, or like the random towers you can get up and down, you know, I'd be a little bit more behind. I still prefer OG World's Edge, but I don't disagree with your flaws about the openness and the cover.
Yeah, I see the difference though is that now when in the modern editions of the maps, versions of the maps, they do have like, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the space between like geyser and stuff like that with that long zip line, and it's like a really high. Yep. So that area, unless you're in the middle of that area, if you're in the middle of the area, you're fucked. But if you're on the side, if you're up top or you're down below, there's enough cover for both teams to hide, and one team has to push. And that's how the game should be played. One team should have to push, right? There should be some type of advantage of where you are, whether you did it on purpose or not. Yeah. And so, and giving one team just an unfair advantage just by map is what I'm referring to. And so there's a couple of spaces that I think something could go in, but who knows? We won't know until it gets here.
Yeah. Well, do you agree with? I feel like Harvester is a useless part of the map.
I hate Harvester. I think it's stupid. It's dumb. Get rid of it.
I do like that they added the jump tower there, but that's about the only allure. And you know what, man? I think I might be in the minority here, but I missed the train.
I think the train was a fun addition to the game, but honestly, I could live without it.
Like you went from train to party yacht, and then you take party yacht out, and we have what? Fucking Harvester. Like,
right. Yeah. So I mean, like the difference between like train and like party yacht and harvester is that people would jump train and then 4 teams would die and then someone would leave with a gold chest. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like, and that's how it happened. But then eventually people stopped doing that. So they got rid of it. And the same thing with the party yacht. People would jump party yacht. And then it was always hot, but then it was like, this is dumb. And then everyone stopped. And everyone just went back to the OG spots. So, I mean, like, adding it back in, I don't think it would make any difference. So
and right now, Fragment East is the hot. So, if we're going off what you just said, maybe Fragment East, maybe Harvester destroys, like, the whole center of the map. And most of the city is sunken into lava. So, then it forces us to fight, you know, from if you look at the map, Harvester to Fragment East is that little lava river is the center of the map. So maybe more of the buildings fall into the lava, and that's the problem. You know, who knows? You're right. You're 100% right.
Always. Thank you for listening to episode 18 of Pex Pals. It's been great talking to my friend JoelCupcake here. Really excited for all this new information coming out.
I agree.
Don't forget to follow us everywhere at CowVan on Twitter, at JoelCupcake on Twitter.
That's me.
At JoelCupcake, literally everywhere. Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, you name it. He's OnlyFans. He's on there.
Whoa. I'm not on OnlyFans.
He's on OnlyFans.
You know what I am, though?
What?
I am JoelCupcake worldwide.
Okay. No. Check out Pex Pals. Pex Pal Podcast on Instagram. Check out Pex Pals on TikTok as well. We post there sometimes. And check us out on, you can watch the live recordings of these episodes on YouTube. Go to Pex Pals. And if you have any questions, hit us up on any one of those platforms. You can also email us at pexpalspodcast.com.
Calvin.
Yes.
To end the show, because we only kind of like half recap the Genesis event, I want to know, how do you feel about it? Do you want to see it again? I personally want to see it again. I loved having the 2 weeks of flashbacks. I think it was tight.
I can live without it.
Interesting.
I want to see new content.
Interesting.
That's just my thing.
No. I just wanted to know.
JoelCupcake, what are we signing out with?
Calvin, I have to say, I had some real clutch plays this week. And you want to know why they were clutch, Calvin?
Why?
Because when the team was in doubt, I ratted it out. And I got the banners, and I got the resurrections, and I got the win.
Yeah.
In fact, if any of you ever see me streaming, I'm going to be back to that very soon. My Valkyrie badge is res both your teammates at the same time badge because, well, you know, I got to flex on the two jabronis that I play with that I have had to multiple group res.
When in doubt, rat it out. I'm CowVan.
I'm JoelCupcake. This has been another episode of Pex Pals.
Bye.
Bye.